rain is falling. The fans are soaked. But here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And he's going to go out of bounds on the return. He won't even get this thing back to the 10-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They run the counter. It's Carson. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And hopefully for both. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
2nd and 2. They'll try the left side. Carson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing is Wilson. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Wilson. Forced it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
Going for it all. And it is incomplete. I had a defender running right with him. And now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He did a fine job there not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get it, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson eluding the pressure right. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 29-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Throwing is Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here. Now it's Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of the team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
From the shotgun, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Here's Wilson. That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Carson, the first down and more. And finally, down at the 36-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, yeah. Backside guys,
nah.
That's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
This time Jackson will throw it. And his throw is incomplete.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Jackson. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Now Jackson. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained. And, in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And that's going to be caught. Dwayne Eskridge. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Wilson's going to tuck and run. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now it's Wilson. Over the middle. That's caught by Metcalf. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Play action. It's Wilson. That's It's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On first down, it's Carson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Carson. And they'll get him down right around the 16. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Third down, Carson runs over it, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, and the Seahawks have taken the lead. Point after, up and good, and that makes the score 14-7.
14, Ravens 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Hey, let's get some penetration. Get some penetration. Kill.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down, escaping the pressure right. This will be caught by Brown. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Jackson now. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. That's complete. It's Carson out of the backfield. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be, but halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaud.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Takes it at the 7. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Jackson from the shotgun. He'll buy some time right. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Looking for the end zone. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. He goes right back to Metcalf, this time complete. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point safely through, and it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
We own them. We own them. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Come on, D. You change it. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Tucker now for the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work because he's going to leak out of the backfield to his right, then angle his way up the field. And a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
the option, a handoff to Carson. Dances by him. Oh, and now some space to operate. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 89 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First down, Seahawks.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Wilson will hand to Carson on the option. Trucks over him. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Carson will take the handoff out of the option play. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the 22, Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Play action. Now Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good... Game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. On the option, a handoff to Carson. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. Adafe Owe there on the tackle.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
1st and goal, Seattle.
Back now in Baltimore. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Wilson will hand to Carson on the option. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll try the left side. It's Carson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the 10. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
From the 29, Jackson steps away to his left. That is caught, Rashad Bateman. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football. Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first down.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. And that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Jackson, draw play to Dobbins. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Here's Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Now it's Jackson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Curtis Weaver with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
54, right there, 54.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Dancing to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So the big play nullified. Illegal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
They'll try the left side. Carson, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. Fights off the tackle at the 20. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Over the middle, complete. That's Rowe. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Man, 216 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Wilson. Rolling to his right. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. On second down now. It's Carson. The great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Carson. And this time he is in. Yes. Chris Carson. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Seahawks are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead.
Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead is now 24.
Ravens 21. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 40.
He'll set up to throw from the gun.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Being chased out left. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they do finally get him at the 12. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
2nd and 4. They could still get a 1st down without scoring.
Here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens get a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Tyler Lockett. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year.
And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 24.
Seahawks 52, Ravens 28. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. So that one will be accepted. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Jackson now. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch, and the Ravens cut into that lead. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that one cuts this to a 17-point spread. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down.
Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with it.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Wilson wants to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up